Today's video is going to be a review on Chanel's Antaeus pour Homme. And you might be asking, Amina, why are you talking about a male fragrance? And to that I say, mind your business, okay? Mind your business. Just kidding. Okay, just kidding. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amina and this is Experiencing Fragrances with Amina. Today we're doing a review. Finally, I feel like it's been ages since I've done a review. I've kind of been overwhelmed with so many fragrances to try that it's been a little difficult, dedicating time to one fragrance to do a proper review. So most of the content you've been seeing are just like lists and tags and stuff, which I am grateful for. We have a review and I think it's going to be a good one, guys. I hope you enjoy. So today we are reviewing Antaeus pour Homme by Chanel. I mean, this is supposed to be like an ultra masculine scent. If you look at other reviews online, anywhere on YouTube or whatever, this is ultra masculine. Man, smell like a rugged man type fragrance, and I don't find it to be that way on my skin, at least. Part of this review, I want to stress that this is a pour Homme fragrance. Obviously it says Antaeus pour Homme, but I feel like they should just block that part out because, like I said, I wore this over a lot of days, and every time I wear it and someone notices the fragrance on me, I ask them, does this smell masculine or feminine to you? And usually they're like either feminine or unisex, which is crazy. Not one person told me that this smelled masculine. I say that to say that I think the whole perception of a fragrance smelling masculine or feminine really depends, to me, I think, on the image of the wearer. So I feel like if I was a guy wearing this and I went up to my mom or someone and said, hey, does this smell masculine or feminine or unisex, they would probably say masculine because I'm a guy, and vice versa, which is what I experienced personally. So just to say, ladies, don't be afraid to wear this. And even guys, if you don't like ultra masculine scents, don't be afraid to wear this, because this may come off a specific way, in a unique way, based on, yes, your skin's chemistry, but also with the way you carry yourself, the way you dress, your personality, the way others see you. So there. That's that. Anyway, let's get on to the review. So on that haul video I posted a few weeks ago, I kind of had a little story time of how I discovered this fragrance. Although it's kind of like a vintage classic, I didn't really know about it until I recently came across it just a few weeks ago. So Antaeus was created by Jacques Polge, who was the in-house perfumer for Chanel back in 1981, and it was the first male offering from Chanel as a brand. So, this was kind of a big deal, I think. But yeah, I like the presentation of it. It's very simple, black glass bottle, I think plastic cap, but still does feel luxe, and it just looks really, really simplistic and very kind of striking on a vanity. So this fragrance has a lot of elements that I find really, really interesting, especially for a designer fragrance. And not to say that designer fragrances tend to be simple or anything, but I guess to me and my experience with designer fragrances, I find this to be quite unique and quite stand out. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray a little bit on my hand. I think I left this hand free of my scent of the day, which, by the way, I'm wearing a fragrance that I just received. I don't have the bottle here with me, but it's by Rogue Perfumes, I believe is the name, and it's Chypre Siam. Chypre. I knew it had like a in there somewhere. Chypre Cyan by Rogue Perfumery. It is a beautiful scent. I just keep coming across these amazing fragrances and I'm like, how can I possibly get through all of them? It becomes a little bit overwhelming, but at the same time, I love it. Comment down below if you can relate. Anyway, so I'm gonna spray this on this hand just to remind myself of the opening. But like I said, I've worn this so many times, and yeah, this definitely has taken a special place in my heart. So let's just, boop, and I completely missed my hand. Let's make sure I'm doing it right this time. Okay, here we go. Almost missed it again. Okay, so this fragrance opens up really sharp, really bright with a lot of citrus notes like lime, bergamot, lemon. And then it has this interesting animalic tinge right at the beginning. The type of animalic tinge that kind of makes you go, you know, kind of one of those. Which I like it because when I first smelled it in the store, that's what really caught my attention. I was like, ooh, interesting. So along with that, there's a lot of fresh herbaceousness in this fragrance. You have a lot of oak moss. There is some castoreum in there, along with some clary sage. There is some labdanum. So towards the mid and the dry down, you get this warmness that comes through. Even though it ends up being a little bit warm, it does maintain the freshness that it has. And that freshness of the bergamot, lime, and lemon, strangely enough, lasts throughout the entire wearing of the fragrance. Typically, I'm used to a lot of citrus notes being quite fleeting. They're loud at the beginning, and then after, you know, an hour, 2 hours max, they've died down and you get to experience a lot of the body of the fragrance, which is the mid and the dry. But with this fragrance, I feel like those citrus notes, they're sharp and loud at the beginning. They sort of mellow out, but they stay in one level until the end of wear. This fragrance is also quite linear. So like I said, this fragrance does have lime. Lime is a note that I'm not very familiar with as far as having it included or having it listed in a lot of the fragrances that I've tried and that I have owned. But I feel like the lime note in here gives the fragrance, especially in the opening, this dry bitterness, not so sweet. And I feel like that dry bitterness is an excellent contrast to that really sharp and loud castoreum that you get right at the beginning. In the mid is where you start to get a lot of the aromatic greenness that just intensifies the freshness of this fragrance. So that freshness is also supported by a really, really nice, elegant, smooth leather. That leather also is accompanied by a combination of florals like jasmine and rose. And the jasmine and rose is a nice touch because you have that elegantness and that sort of hardness of that leather, and then you have this softness of the jasmine and rose. So it kind of lifts up the fragrance a little bit. Of course, it has that freshness of the green, but the whole combination with the leather, the herbaceous notes or the herbal notes, along with the soft florals, I think just kind of, it just makes, the fragrance is just complete. It's just complete. Like I said, it has lots of elements coming from different, you know, sides, and they all just mesh together into this really elegant, well-made, well-blended fragrance. The rose in here is not a sweet, jammy rose. It's more of a young rose, like a rose, like a rosebud, a rose that hasn't bloomed yet. Or is that the word, bloom? Yeah, a rose that hasn't bloomed yet. And the jasmine is also a cleaner jasmine. It doesn't have any indulge or anything. It's just a soft, clean jasmine. So in the dry down is where you get a lot of that warmth. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. It's more of a soft warmness. It's hard to explain because this fragrance, like I said, it has a lot of different facets, and it's not a lot of one thing. It's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and they all come together and form something very, very beautiful. I would categorize Antaeus as a classic sheep scent. Sheep. See, I'm wearing a sheep today. I'm reviewing a sheep today. I've been really into my sheep. I sound like an idiot. Anyway, I've really been into the sheep style fragrances lately. So yeah, this fragrance, as I said, is so multifaceted. It takes from so many different categories. It's warm, it's green, it's green and fresh, it's citrus, it's leather, it's warm, it's spicy. What else? Did I miss anything? It's so much. It's kind of, and all of them come together peacefully and make a really gorgeous fragrance. Kind of like an Avatar, The Last Airbender, where all the benders were all nice with each other before the Fire Nation lost its shit. That's how unified all of the facets of this fragrance come together and make Antaeus. It's gorgeous. Anyway, this fragrance is great. And like I said, they need to, I wish they could, you know what? I might just get my own piece of black tape and just cover this and just say it's Antaeus. Will I get in trouble for that? I don't think so. I bought it, so I can do what I want with my bottle, okay? So that was my review of Chanel's Antaeus. Comment down below and let me know if you have any experience with this fragrance, especially if you're a woman. I'm wondering how many ladies out there are wearing fragrances like this. It doesn't have to be Antaeus, but it could be any other fragrances marketed to men. I wonder how many of us in the community do go for fragrances like this. So yeah, comment down below, let me know. And also I want to hear from the fellas. Do you think a woman can pull a fragrance like this off? I'm really curious to see. I've heard what some men think, and I'm not even going to get into that, but I'm very curious to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell too, and keep coming back. Ring the bell so that you're notified whenever I post. Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. So until the next one, I'll catch you on the next one. Oh wait, no. I'll see you guys later. Bye.